The Washington Commanders off the upright, and it is in!
Good evening, welcome. This is SportsCenter from the nation's capital. I'm Scott Van Pelt. The weekend portion of the wild card is complete. We'll break down everything you need to know and see from the games on Sunday. We will get this started with the best thing I saw today. Take a wild guess. It's the closest game of the weekend thus far. It's in Tampa. It's Jayden and Baker. It's Washington and Tampa. It's 3-0 Tampa Bay. 3rd and goal. The money down. You don't want to settle for 3. Washington doesn't. De'Ami Brown wide open. That's a 17-play, 92-yard drive. Longest touchdown drive of the season. Commanders lead 7-3. This is a big sequence right here. It's a 3rd and 9. Washington's got a 7-point lead. There goes Baker. I said last week against the Saints, it's like a car crash when he takes off running. He picks up the first down, trucks over Bobby Wagner, and the drive will continue. Mike Evans. Baker loves him down here close around the goal line, and he gets the better of Lattimore on this one, and that famous feud between those two, which dates back to Lattimore's days in New Orleans. Evans had a big night, his 6th career postseason touchdown. Washington gets a field goal. They lead into the 3rd. It's another 3rd down, and it's another Baker to Evans conversion. Later in the drive, Baker to the rookie, Bucky Irving. He has been sensational in this second half of the year. Buccaneers lead 17-13. Washington, they're going to go for it on basically every 4th down. Conversion to Zach Ertz from Daniels. Washington keeps the drive going. Now into the 4th, looking deep on 3rd down. Daniels looking for Brown. There's PI on Zion McCollum. Todd Bowles not loving it, but he basically tackled him in the end zone. But Washington couldn't get anything going from the 1-yard line. Now it's Daniels to Ertz. Incomplete. No PI. I believe it's McCauley, right? The NBC rules official. He said, yeah, that's pass interference. They didn't call it. But the very next drive for Tampa Bay, Mayfield puts it on the ground. Jalen McMillan coming on a reverse. And Hasselbeck said, yeah, that's Baker's fault. And right as you said that upstairs, we saw the shot of Baker on the bench as he said, that's on me. Now it's on Washington to convert. Again, it's a 4th down. Again, Washington will go for it. This time, Washington cashes it in. It's Terry McLaurin for the touchdown, and Washington now leads under 10 to go in the 4th quarter. Wild card games have been short on dramatics thus far, but this one was all you could ask for. After Tampa went right down the field and got an equalizing field goal, here comes Washington. That's a 3rd down conversion. Conversion to Brown. And now here this toss to Eckler. And he picks up 18, and now you're doing the clock management. And you're figuring this is going to be tricky because if Washington can get enough first downs, they're going to be able to kick it as the game ends. Here on 3rd and 1. Daniels, as cool as you could possibly imagine, being chased, and he gets the first down. This play is about to get blown up. Get off me. There goes 5. He's been unbelievable in 4th quarters in his rookie season. They're able to take it down to 3 seconds. They ran a play to get to the left hash. Zane Gonzalez, it's drifting right. It's off the upright and good. And cue up the trouble funk. Let's get small, y'all. Where is Legler? Legler is there. He's probably nude. Put your clothes on, Legler. Washington, Dan Quinn and the Commanders will continue this remarkable and transcendent for this franchise season. It's the first playoff win in 20 years. They're going to head to Detroit. They get their first winning season since 2015, their first playoff win since 2005. That also happened to be against the Buccaneers. Another victory would give Washington his first NFC Championship appearance since 1991. The youngsters don't know this was a franchise that was once Maybe the most respected in the National Football League, certainly on the short list. It's been a minute, but here they are. Tim Hasselbeck is with me in studio, as he is every Sunday. What a football game.
Yeah.
Let's work our way backwards from the drive led by their rookie quarterback, and as we looked at the numbers and just went through it in our minds of all the circumstances where he has led them, what has he demonstrated all season long?
I mean, listen, you and I are watching it probably with a confidence of this guy can do it. So think of how the team feels. We're talking about the number of times it's happened this year. Well, and what's interesting, and when you see him go on this drive, he obviously makes a couple big throws. Then on that 3rd and 1, when they were trying to get Tampa to jump off sides, you see him laughing, joking around. I mean, it's like there is obviously a poise about him. And then this run right here, that can't be understated. That's Elijah Cansey, who had an incredible game tonight, disrupting everybody. He there to make the play.
He had the towel, but
yes.
he didn't have number 5.
The stiff arm gets him free, and then obviously, like he's escaped all year, is able to pick up the first down, which allows them to kick that game-winning field goal with no time left. So, yeah, this was, to me, Scott, this was a game where it was like a really evenly matched game. And both quarterbacks played really well. And in fact, Daniels played well despite his team not being able to run the football. And Baker made the one mistake. Made the one mistake that you had in the highlight where he doesn't snap the ball early enough on the fly sweep, and it's a fumble. And then that allows Washington back in the game.
And there's also a play which was not in the highlight, but it was a 3rd and very short for Tampa on the drive where they settled for a field goal. It was the snap that looked like maybe the snap count was off. Because
Barton, the center, I think that they stemmed to a jam front. Basically, they cover the center and both guards. They stemmed to that last minute, and I think through all of it, young center, ball just gets snapped early and forces Tampa to kick the field goal.
Right, because they tackled Irving for a loss. They didn't do that much at all in this game. Look, this is a Washington defense that is clearly not its strength. But largely tonight, outside of the drive at the end of the first half, and for the bulk of the game, they hold this Tampa offense that can hang a big number on you to 20. I think it'll get lost, but as much as anything, this Washington defense helps win this game, doesn't it?
I think that's a great observation from the standpoint of this, too. You know, we've talked so much about Daniels, and rightfully so. He's been incredible. Look what Dan Quinn has done. I mean, like, Dan Quinn is the head coach because of what he's done on the defensive side of the ball, just making it work. Guys competing, you know, and that's what they've done. And then bringing in guys that maybe other people thought, nah, that guy can't run anymore, but are still playing at a pretty high level, and they've won a playoff game.
Look, in the 4th down conversation, like whatever the analytics and the graphic of whichever network it is, it's always going to say go. As long as you're consistent, right? Dan Campbell's like, you know we're going to go for it. Yep. And this Washington team, they're going to go for it. Sometimes tonight it didn't work. It did enough, and in the end, they're able to stoink one off the upright and get a victory. More conversation to come. First, Jeff Darlington with the winning quarterback from Washington. What a rookie year for him.
Well, Jayden, the first rookie quarterback to go and win on the road in more than a decade in his first NFL postseason start. How does that feel?
It's nothing but a blessing. Can't complain, can't put words to it. I just got to credit my team and God.
What was it like? What was the experience like for you, and how did it differ from the regular season?
It was awesome. I mean, the playoffs were amped up a little bit more. Obviously, you can feel the energy, the electricity in the stadium. And, you know, it means a little bit more.
So now you've gotten one under your belt. How can that sort of shift to the next one in your experience? That man right there looks like he's happy.
Man, I mean, you got to take one game at a time, one play at a time, use the momentum. We'll see where it takes us.
What do you think about the performance of this guy on this side of the ball?
He did all right. I mean, he picked up the ball that was on the ground. You know, helped us out a little bit, but, you know, he did his thing.
Congratulations on the win.
Appreciate you.
That's just who the guy is. And again, knowing some of the folks within the organization, Tim, this has been the conversation from May through the season. No moment's too big.
Yeah.
There's a confidence, but not an arrogance. There's a calm that never seems like, I mean, I don't think he's impressed by this. Now, look, you got to go to Detroit. Sure. It's going to be a hell of a mountain to climb, but they get to go try to climb it. I mean, for an organization that's been adrift, this step forward represents what?
I mean, just think about the changes that have happened in the organization in recent. I mean, you know, new ownership might be like, this is easy. Why don't we get into this earlier? It was like, yeah, if you hire the right coach who will do the right thing, you know, culturally with the team, and then obviously get the right guy at the quarterback position because, listen, it's one thing to have a really talented young quarterback, but it's another thing to have a guy like Bobby Wagner. Bobby Wagner's going to go to the Hall of Fame.
Yep.
Bobby Wagner, after that game, sitting there looking at his young quarterback like, wow, man, you just went and did this.
And you hear what the young quarterback said about him? Yeah, he picked up the ball that was lying on the ground. That's their Walter Payton Man of the Year nominee who's going to have a gold jacket, and he's just giving him the needle a little bit. Yeah. It's a remarkable night for this franchise that has been, as I said, it's been adrift for quite a while. Now you get to go take on Detroit. Sit tight. We'll continue the conversation of the games from today.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Let's go now. Tiger.
First carry of the game for Brian Robinson. He'll get this to about the 38.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know, he's trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Well, they'll come up 2nd and 7. Now Daniels. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think we'll see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7.
Here we go.
Here's Daniels. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
So still a scoreless game in the first, but they're going to go for this thing on their own side of the field on 4th down.
60 Maverick.
Daniels going to throw for it. That is caught, and he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a 1st down. They'll run for the first time with Austin Eckler. And he's fortunate to get anything from that. Give him a yard up to the 49.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Now 2nd and 9. Play action, now it's Daniels. Sliding out of the pocket. Slings this deep from McLaurin. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
You get a sense of what this game plan might be. They think they can take a few home run shots against this defense. They tried it there on the opening drive, but that falls incomplete.
Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9. Daniels looking to throw. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And this won't be enough. A good secure tackle, and they stop him a few yards shy at the 46. And now the Raven defense going to call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And they're going to at least line up to go for it here on 4th down. To throw is Daniels. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. They're able to keep the drive alive, 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one. Throwing now is Daniels. Flushed out right. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time they were up to the challenge.
Here's 2nd and 10. To the air goes Daniels. There's a short one pulled in by Sinnott. And he's going to get this inside the 30. The Washington passing game dialed in now. It's a first down.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive. And here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earn a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
2nd and 10.
Here we go.
Out of the gun, Eckler running it. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. The 13th play now coming on this opening drive. Here's 3rd down. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from our nation's capital, and it's Washington in possession of the football as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up.
Ready, set.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Let's go now. Ready.
Daniels from the gun on 3rd down. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. Now Daniels going to give it up on the touch pass. He's into the secondary, and he is into the end zone for a Commanders touchdown. Terry McLaurin from 8 yards out. And the Commanders post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter. Gonzalez good on the extra point. And